Yes, good evening, everyone. Today is a Saturday. We are grateful that we are here again to have a discussion on the issues which have been happening, especially today. We've seen so many political news. So we're just here to have a look at what really happened and to give our opinion on what we think. Let me take this opportunity to invite or to allow me to give a chance to Mr. Meguda to say hi before we start.
Hello, Makubura. Can you hear me very clearly?
Yes,
Hello,
I
can
can
you hear
hear
me?
you. Yes, you can.
Okay, how
I'm
are
good.
you? How are you doing?
I'm good.
How is your weekend?
Very well.
Okay, very nice. But you are in low tone. I don't know why you are so low. Adjust your mic.
Okay, let me have a look at it. I think it's now okay. Is it okay?
Yeah, now okay, very much okay.
Okay, so salimia wananchi.
Habari zenu wananchi, tuko salama. I hope also you are also doing well. We are coping on very well, just dynamics of the politics of the country. And welcome all of you to this show. Let us engage through comments. Let's engage through questions, and we'll be able to answer the ones we can manage. Karibuni sana.
Okay, thank you. Before I start, allow me to say thank you to the following: uh, Benson, Kisumu Newsline, Gibson Corner. Thank you for joining. I wanted to play a clip here before we start, but meanwhile, allow me to update our viewers on what we are actually going to talk about. We are going to have a discussion on the president's visit to Germany and what he asked for us as a people. We saw that he had a conversation with the leadership of Germany, and out of that, we are being told that there is some good news that they have signed a deal that almost 400,000 Kenyans would be taken to Germany to work over there. Ours is just to hope and believe and to support and also to pray that ikuwe ni kitu ya halali, isikuwe ni kama hizi mambo tumekuwa tukiona wakilaunch lakini hawafanyi. Yeah, so apart from that, we're also going to have a look at the politics of Mount Kenya. We've seen the rift is continuing to widen up. We'll simply just have a look at it kidogo kidogo, and then hatujui ni the deputy president alifanyia nini Sakaja. Sakaja pia amekuwa mkali kwake, so we don't know what is really happening to the deputy because everyone seems to be hitting on him hardly. Yeah, so maybe Migoda, anything you want to say before I play the clip, we start the conversation?
Nafikiria tu mambo yamechemka huko eneo ya mlima, mambo yamechemka sana. Sasa tulikuwa hapa kuona hiyo clip ambayo nataka kucheza, tuone vile mambo yamechemka. Hiyo ni hali ya siasa. Kwa siasa hakuna uadui au urafiki. Sasa siasa inakujanga na hali tofauti. Sasa nafurahia sana juu sasa tunaelewa sisi kama wananchi ya kwamba hivyo ndio siasa, sarakati za siasa zinakuanga hivyo. Sasa msikuwe na uoga kabisa, muendelee kujikaza tu. Kama wewe ni mwanaume, wewe ingia tu kwa pitch ili ucheze hiyo siasa vizuri.
Okay, thank you. Allow me to play this clip as we will have a look into it. Where is it?
Agreement on the sharing of labor, talent, and mobility. The signing ceremony held in Berlin, Germany, and witnessed by President William Ruto and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, will create more than 400,000 job opportunities annually in Germany. KTN's Daniel Kariuki opens our coverage with details of the pact.
President William Ruto has accomplished his promise to seek job opportunities for Kenyans abroad in Germany. The president witnessed the signing of agreement that will see Kenyans recruited for various jobs in Germany. In the agreement, the two governments will cooperate in promoting the fair mobility of skilled workers, students and apprentices, promoting temporary migration for reasons of vocational education and training and gainful employment, including exploring possibilities for seasonal work.
All factors necessary for ensuring that this agreement benefits Kenya as much as it does Germany have been taken into account. It covers an array of areas. It is not limited to any particular area.
Kenya and Germany have been working together in many areas, and we're expanding this cooperation continuously. This year, we are treading new ground with additional cooperative projects.
Additionally, the agreement will facilitate the placement of Kenyans in opportunities in Germany, alleviate German labor shortages.
As part of this package, we will explore opportunities of the German language also being expanded in reach in Kenya to provide for ease of communication as we build this ecosystem of relationship and partnership.
And for German companies who are already very present in the region, Kenya is becoming an ever more attractive partner.
Reports indicate that Germany needs about 400,000 skilled immigrants each year as its aging workforce shrinks. Kenya and Germany also agreed to have a joint implementation committee with representatives from the two countries. The committee shall convene at least once a year or when necessary. President Ruto urged Germany to take advantage of Kenya's human capital, saying it was among the best in the world. The president was in Germany for a two-day visit and accompanied by African Union Commission chairperson candidate Raila Odinga. Daniel Kariuki.
Yes, Mr. Miguda, you've ever looked at it. Maybe just your opinion as we proceed. You've seen that they've signed a pact, and we're being told almost 400 people would be needed in Germany. How is this going to benefit us as a country, and what are the positive gains or the advantages of this? And how sure are we that it is going to be a lasting relationship or a lasting deal that is going to elevate the people of Kenya from poverty? And how is it going to solve the unemployment? Is this the right way to really solve the issue of unemployment in this country? Maybe your take on that.
Uh, I believe this is a pure PR, signing an agreement or a pact between Kenyans and the Germans that we can export our skilled people to work for the Germans people. It's more of a brain drain. Why do you export your best to foreign country instead of them working for us here? Why do you want to export our best doctors, our best teachers, our best nurses to German? Are we not having challenges in terms of health? Are we not having challenges in terms of learning in our schools? We too, we need our best brains to work for us here. We need our best brains to assist us to develop this country. We can't export our brains to a foreign country. They are telling us that they want to export 400,000 annually. How many people do graduate annually? So you want to export almost a whole graduates to a foreign country, and we don't have people to occupy these our current offices. I will disagree with Mr. President that these are pure PR to entice youths, or rather to entice Gen Zs. Reason why I'm saying it's a pure PR, during the fourth administration, that is Uru's administration, there was so hype, people were so hyped with Chinese people. Remember even Matiangi, when he was the interior cabinet secretary under fourth administration, Matiangi said that he's going to introduce Mandarin language into our curriculum. The Chinese language is called Mandarin. So we were supposed to be teaching our pupils, stroke students, Mandarin. They wanted to incorporate Mandarin in our curriculum. When the fourth administration went home, that Mandarin stopped with them. So it was purely PR to entice youths, or because during the fourth administration, most of the tenders were done by the Chinese. So that's the way they were just pure PR to sway Chinese to come to our country for the projects to be complete. But it was never actualized. Currently, we have a new curriculum, the competence-based curriculum, CBC. There is no Mandarin language in CBC. We have still maintained our older curriculum, the one we use at 844. So it has now changed from competence. That's the only thing which has changed, but there's no Mandarin language in that curriculum. So during the fourth administration, they lied to us that they are going to teach us Mandarin. They never did. Ruto is using the similar tactic to teach Kenyans that he is going to an extent that he's going to import German language to our curriculum. How is he going to do that? Uhuru failed to bring Mandarin. Ruto is now lying to us that he's going to bring German language. These are pure PR. They're using the PR which Uhuru used to work. Now they're using now to work. Now they have shifted. They are from China. They're now from German. They've gone to Germany. And no, he was accompanied by Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is purported to have studied in Germany. So it was purely PR to entice Gen Zs, to entice youth. And to be particular, they were saying they are going to export skill. How do you take your best brain to a foreign country? Your best brain should be invested in your country. Then they also say they are going to take those who are semi-skilled. Now my question is, if you have exported skill and semi-skilled, what about the unskilled? Because in Mandamano or demonstrations, we were mixed. But majority are those people who are unskilled, because for those who are skilled or semi-skilled, people are going to job. Some are going to offices. Some are going to farms. Some are going to Juakali. Those mechanics, those carpenters, those barber people, they were looking for money. So the unemployed graduates and the unskilled people were full on the street. Now, if you have taken the skilled people away from your country, what is the solution for the unskilled people? What is the solution for the semi-skilled people? We told this administration that you should not playing clever games here. You should not try to be cunning. Don't be cunning, because we are aware of these things. Uhuru tried to use it with the Chinese, that he was importing Mandarin language, and failed to do it today. So Ruto is now lying to us that he's going to import German language, he's going to export 400 workers annually. As a country, what are we going to remain with? What is the plan for the people who are not going to go to Germany? And why do you take away your brain drain? Why do you brain drain your country? I don't oppose the issue of working abroad, but you can even go abroad for a greener pasture in circumstances that whereby your country has failed to employ you. Or you can go and study abroad with that vast experience and vast exposure. You come back to your country and work in your country. I will support that one. But this issue of pure PR, which was done by the previous administration, is now being executed by the current administration. Mr. President has not got it right. He's on the wrong direction.
Okay, thank you. I'm also going to play a clip of the diasporians on what they had to say or to what they had to tell the president. Going abroad means it takes a lot. Of course, you have to interact with people who have been there so that at least they give you a way forward. They have to tell you where to go and where not to go. So allow me to also play these.
We had maybe found time yesterday, would have taken longer so that we can engage better and we can listen to one another better. But let me conclude by saying, my sister.
Thank you. Asante sana, Your Excellency. Protocol observed. Kwanza kabisa nataka congratulate Ms. Roslyn Njogu. I just want to say, after us getting that office, the State Department of Diaspora Affairs, you guys understand your homework. Thank you very much to that. And to the recruiters who are here, recruiters who are here, when you're sending our brothers and sisters from home, please, the political climate right now is very harsh. Zungumza na sisi hapa diasporans. Tuwaeleze where you can send people. There are areas that ngozi yetu haiwezi kanyaga. But we have our brothers and sisters working in these areas. Let us work on that. That is something that really has to be looked into. And also I want to commend our Deputy Balozi. That is Balozi Valerie, who has also been fighting on the social protection of those who are coming. Your Excellency, sisi hapa kama diasporans, saa zingine tukimbiangi embassy because tunasema huko hatuna hiyo social protection. But Ms. Njogu alituhakikishia kwa meeting na tukasema asante. And I heard her say at the meeting of the Friedrich Ebert Stiftung, where we were discussing mambo ya labor migration with Joachim Stamm, and ulisimama ukasema ukatuhakikishia all those who will be coming here. So please help this office to offer us that. Kwa majina naitwa Jacqueline Kuhn. I'm the founder of Kenyan Women in Germany. Mimi kazi yangu hapa na wenzetu hapa hivi to help in integration. Na all the diaspora leaders, by signing this treaty, ndio sahi kazi imeanza. Haikuwa imeanza, ndio imeanza. Tushikane mikono na tushike hao wanaokuja. Asante.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. You know how rare it is to get a compliment from... So, Madam Njogu, congratulations that you're doing it. And when I made the decision that we're going to have a State Department for Diaspora Affairs, I was very clear that there is a big constituency out there that need to be served by the government of Kenya. I'm very happy that we have made huge progress. And Madam Roslyn and her team at the State Department of Diaspora Affairs, they have been on the ball. And the job is not yet done, but it's work in progress. And I want to ask all of you, let us support the...
Yes, Mr. Migura, I think you've watched that. Mr. President has for the first time gotten a positive comment from a diaspora. And it is true that, once labor is being exported, there needs to be people who have been in those countries to maybe at least guide the newcomers who will be going. But now the question is, how is this true and how long is it going to take? Because this is not the first time that as a country we are being told that the president has negotiated on behalf of the people of Kenya to go or to export the labor in Kenya to other countries. Remember the other time when he was in the United States of America, he went to several companies, including Microsoft, Apple, and he came with the same narrative. We've not seen any, because remember you even said that he had signed some deals with those companies. We've not seen anyone go to US to work in these companies. Is this also going to follow the same way that others have followed? Or what is the president trying to do? For the first time, we even saw him with the former premier, the AUC candidate. Jacob, maybe your take on that.
I will deviate myself from the AUC candidate. I will not talk about him. Mr. President, me, I don't believe him. I don't know why people do believe him. How sure are you? What were the who are the audience in that meeting? Were they people who are coached before they came to that meeting? They were told what to say in that meeting. There were few representatives in that meeting. Is that like National Assembly of Kenya? You find our members of parliament have been compromised. They are being told what laws to take, what laws to make or not to make. What if the audience in that meeting were also coached to speak what to say and what not to say? So you can't trust that audience. What I have picked from that mama, is complaining about social protection kitty because it has never been there. Now they say they are happy now. It is going to be formalized. It is going to be formalized, but remember, something which has not been there. So they want to experience it for the first time. How sure are you that is going to work? Something that is going to be, they have just make an agreement to formalize that social protection kitty. How sure are you that is going to work? And how sure that is going to work for everybody? Maybe it's going to work for the people who are dynasty in that country, where the Asla people is not going to apply to them. There's no difference. Challenges that are facing us here locally also face Germans. German is not heaven. German are people like us. The only difference is color, but we have the same blood. We have the same. We can think the same brain. We can learn the same things they are learning. So it is not something that is special about being in Germany. That social protection kitty is going to formalize Germany. Let him formalize it here in Kenya here. He has failed to formalize it here in Kenya. Then he's exporting it to Germany. That is bullshit. Why am I saying that that's bullshit? Because you understand, Mr. President should come out and address the issue of Adani. Mr. President should come out and resolve the issue of stall projects in this country. Let him not shift gears to discuss the issue of exporting jobs, social protection kit in Germany, and you want to believe you now he has persuaded people. Now people be like, oh, he's working, he's bringing us job. This is pure PR. I don't get him. Why is he exporting that and formalizing that social protection to the people in Germany, whereas in our country here, that social protection, even me, I don't enjoy it. So why should I enjoy it when I'm in a foreign country, and I should enjoy it in my country of origin, where I have all the rights. I was born here, so I am a right holder by birth. This is a pure PR. These are just tactics to divert the attention of the people, not to focus on the elephant in the house. The elephant in the house here is the Adani deal. The elephant in the house here is the stall projects. The elephant in the house here is corruption, massive corruption. The elephant in the house here is incompetent leaders in this country. Let us just face the real issue. Let us not try to provide temporary solution to permanent problems. Let us have permanent solution, not temporary solution.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Migoda. You've spoken about Adani, and it is still a serious issue in the country. Uh, the deal is still not yet known by the people of Kenya. There has been consistent investigation on it, and people having different opinion. Today, the social media was speaking differently about it, and maybe before we joined the show, you told me that you were watching something about it. So maybe you can share with us what you saw about Adani in the investigation that you are having before we move to the next question.
I think yesterday we discussed detailed issue about Adani. What I was trying to discuss with you before we behind the camera is that the Cabinet Secretary for Transport and Infrastructure, Davis Chirchir, appeared before the Senate committee, and I saw him appearing in the documents there, but the documents were not, they were opaque. They were they were not unambiguous. They were vague. So that shows you that this deal was a rogue deal. It was not a genuine deal, because they can't prove beyond reasonable doubt that whatever they were doing was consistent with the provisions of the law and was consistent with the public interest. That's what I was trying to discuss with that. It was they have not come clear to tell the people what's happening. The public want to inquire what is it that is happening, but they don't want to tell people. So as the people, if they refuse to tell us, we are going to believe the whistleblower, Nelson Amenya. So we are going to believe whatever he's saying, that it is true, this deal is fake.
Okay, thank you. We'll move to the next thing in line. The next question in line. We are seeing consistent rift in Mount Kenya. Today we saw the former governor of Meru County, that is a senior council, Kiraitu Murugi, together with some elders. They were saying that it is the right time now that the Kikuyu community should then now support the Mount Kenya East. Is it East or West? That is the Meru and Ahembu and Tharaka side. So we also saw yesterday a good number of members of parliament, all those coming from East and West, they were together and they kept on saying that it is the right time that the Kikuyu side should also give a hand to this other side by them rallying behind one Professor Kindiki. They're saying that Kindiki is outspoken and is also a soft-spoken guy, that is learned, that he has what it takes to lead the Mount Kenya region. Contrary to that, the allies of one, the deputy president, led by the deputy himself, they're saying that the elections are over. If any political alignment is to be seen now, they should see it in the next 3 years. That is in 2027. People are having different mixed reactions. We also saw the governor of Nairobi also giving his shot to the DP. The DP is currently a lone ranger with few allies who are also maintaining that he is the deputy, he should receive the maximum respect from the leaders. There's also this talk behind the scenes that the president seems to be aware of what is happening, the difficult things that the DP is going through. He's aware of all this. Maybe your comment on the whole thing that is happening with the continuous widening rift in the Mount Kenya region.
The people of Mount Kenya East, they have their own political right and political choice to choose whoever they want to lead them or to say whatever they want. They have that freedom of expression. It's not limited to them because they are also part and parcel of this country, and the provision in the constitution protect them. So if they have decided unanimously that their regional leader is going to be the Kithure Kindiki, so be it. Because I saw him being endorsed by elders today, we don't have problem with it. We can only question that why is it that when Rigiji is saying that let the people of Mount Kenya unite, they are profiling Rigiji as a tribal leader. But whenever the elders plus MPs have unanimously said that Mount Kenya East, that is Meru, Embu, Tharaka Nithi, and Isiolo, their regional leader is going to be Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki is not being profiled as a tribal leader. So the issue of profiling Rigiji as a tribal leader is just pure politics. It has no any meritocracy when it comes to politics. It is just pure politics. They are profiling him as a tribal leader, and they don't profile Kindiki as tribal leader. And Kindiki has been endorsed by Mount Kenya people. Why can't they call Kindiki as the Mount Kenya leader? Why are they limiting him to Mount Kenya East? It means they have divided Mount Kenya according to their calculation, where they want the rest of Mount Kenya to be led by Rigiji, whereas the Mount Kenya East to be led by Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki, I have no any issue about him, but I will only comment one thing. During his time when he was the interior CS, we were also demonstrating as Gen Zs. Most of our people were killed. Around 60 people were killed. Some were killed. They have not been found to date. Many people were abducted. Many people were tear gas. Many people were shot. Some are still nursing there. Some were injured up to now. So you see, I don't support a leader who, when the people were being killed by police, people were being arrested without any warrant for arrest, people were being abducted, he never come out to support the people. He was supporting the status quo. And elders are endorsing this person to be their regional leader. Some MPs are endorsing this person to be their regional leader. What kind of elders do we have in our society? What kind of leaders do we have in society whereby a person who has been called out by members of the public that he watched when people were being killed, people were being arrested, he never showed up. He was not on the defense of the people. He was on the defense of the status quo or the government of the day. Today is now being praised in Mount Kenya East as their leader. I have respect for our elders. I have respect for our leaders. But sometimes, before they make a decision, they should reconsider the history of someone. When he was given an opportunity to serve the people of Kenya under the Doctor of Interior, what is it that he did to the people that can make him regional kingpin? So today, for me to become the regional kingpin, I must watch the killing of our people. I must watch the abductions. I must watch police operating in contrary to the constitution. So the people of Mount Kenya East, I don't know how the politics work there, but I will not buy the idea of giving us a leader who should appear before court and answer the questions before the court. Talk about the issue of Rigiji. Rigiji, I sometimes I sympathize with him because I try to follow his politics. You know, he's a newcomer in politics, so we are learning a lot from him. That you are a deputy president, then you want to become president. So we want to see this magic is going to apply. That's why we are following him, and we're taking much interest about his politics. But Rigiji also is not a saint, even though he's saying that he's a man of God, truthful man. He's working with the clever people. He doesn't work with fools. He's not a saint because during the 2023 ODM demonstrations or Azimio demonstration, Rigiji foresaw that demonstration. He countered it. Rigiji used to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning and go to the office. And the instructions were coming from the office of the deputy president, the way the police were operating during the operation of that demonstration. So it means even him, there was a time he supported the status quo. So I don't know, how do we have our leaders? The people who don't defend the rights of the people, the leaders who don't defend our rights, they don't defend us in any way, they violate our rights. These are the people we are calling our regional kings or our regional leaders. That's aside. Sakaja and Rigiji issue, I think it should not be politicized. Sakaja has not worked. Sakaja has not done anything in Nairobi. Sakaja, I don't know what he's doing in the office. He should be impeached. He's now surviving under courtesy of Baba because he's a Baba ally. and majority of the members of county assembly in the Nairobi region are from ODM. So there's no one who is confident enough or is bold to bring an impeachment motion against him. If it is corruption, Sakaja has been mentioned in corruption. If it is land grabbing, Sakaja has been mentioned in land grabbing. What is it that has remained for the people not to impeach Governor Sakaja? Sakaja should be impeached. He's only surviving under the courtesy of Baba. In William Ruto, you have said that he's overseeing all these activities going on and is quiet. You personally persuaded me that Ruto is a professor of politics. And you told me that Ruto is much ahead of Rigiji. So I don't think that Ruto is quiet. All the script in Mount Kenya, he has choreographed them to an extent that it's only for seeing them, but he has put his people like Kimani Shungwa. There are many people he has planted in Mount Kenya. He is comfortable with a divided Mount Kenya. A united Mount Kenya is a threat to his presidency. A united Mount Kenya is a threat to his bid for 2027. A united Mount Kenya is a threat to his succession of 2032. So he's only comfortable with a divided Mount Kenya. So as him, he can just be he can be behind the curtains, but he has put his boys who are manning for him that region. So Mount Kenya, Ruto cannot afford to lose Mount Kenya. That's what I told you. How is it possible that Ruto is now comfortable with the divided Mount Kenya? And Ruto used to say that let us not divide ourselves, let us be united. So it means a united Mount Kenya is a threat to Ruto's presidency. So the moment they are divided, is very much comfortable in that presidency. Ruto is in the game, Rigiji is in the game, Kindiki is in the game, and Raila is also in the game. So let us just watch the game. But the most interesting character is Rigiji. We want to see how Rigiji is going to maneuver all these traps, being a first timer and also trying to purport to be truthful men in politics. We don't trust those who are saying they're truthful in politics, men of God, and also we want to work with clever people. Don't want fools. But in politics, also fools matters. In politics, in fact, fools can help you more than the clever people because you need those fools to do for you those dirty games. Anyway, let's proceed.
Okay, thanks for your comments. Maybe something that I also wanted you to expound on is we are seeing a possibility of the deputy president, Mr. Gashagwa, not working with the president in 2027 because as things are, it is clear that they're not really speaking the same language. But again, from what we've also seen is that members of parliament who are close to the president are also not really okay with the deputy president. So that automatically says or tells us that they're not going to work together. And the person who might take his responsibility, his position, is one Professor Kindiki, as from what we've actually seen in this week. But again, the opposition led by the former deputy president, Kalonzo Musyoka, he has also bagged some few Mount Kenya leaders, the likes of Baba Yao. Baba Yao, as much as people look at him and say that he's not a good politician, what he can do on the ground. He's like Sonko. So these are people who can really influence. Financially, they're the billionaires of town. And you know what money can also do when you're in politics. So with the DP having a different perspective and a different view of how the government is running, how the government is run, there's a possibility of him going to join the opposition. But should he join the opposition, of course, he has followers, he has current members of parliament who are also his allies. And again, we have to also remember that there is also a good number of supporters that the president has not really made happy in Mount Kenya region. So as the DP will be shifting his allegiance, automatically he'll also bag in his supporters and those who have felt disrespected by the president, or those who feel that the president has not really performed. Is there a scenario that you're going to see a divided Mount Kenya come 2027? And how is this going to change the politics of the Republic of Kenya? Because so far, from what you're seeing, it looks like the widening rift is something that is not going, it's going to be tough for them to mend because people have, the battle has already been drawn. It is tough. Anyone who crosses automatically will find it a bit tough. Maybe you can give us your view on that. And again, with the president having new friends, especially those from ODM, those from Luo Nyanza and the western part, and also partly from the coast. Is the president looking at a possibility of maybe picking a deputy from the ODM side? And how again, how is that going to change the politics with Mount Kenya for the first time, maybe not getting the DP of the presidency? How is that going to work? Is there that possibility? Maybe your opinion on that.
The die is cast. Ruto, Rigiji's good has been cooked. There's no way Ruto is going to forgive Rigiji. Ruto does not forgive anybody. History tells us that he has never forgiven any of his. He has never forgiven any of his enemies. You know, even he has never forgiven Raila. They're just what has converged them together. I mean, their interests has converged. That's why they are together with Raila. Once they will have diverged interest, they will separate ways bitterly. So Ruto has never forgiven Raila. And that's one of the traits of a politician or a tyrant or a despot. In that case, they are not forgiving. They remember every bad thing you did to them. So Rigiji will not be forgiven. Rigiji will be slaughtered at the right time. And this is why I'm saying I'm very much keen student on Rigiji's politics. I want to see how he's going to navigate all these traps because he's also a fighter. He's fighting back, and he's also a very tough fighter and a ruthless politician. Rigiji has realigned himself with the ground, the people. He has ignored the leaders of Mount Kenya, whereas Kindiki has realigned himself with the leaders of Mount Kenya and is not in touch with the people. Rigiji is resonating so well with the local people to an extent. He speaks most of his time, he uses local dialect to talk to the people. The audience are much attracted to him. He's even trying to resemble with them because he's saying that mimi sijasoma, mimi sijui kuvaa. The people at the ground, if you go to the village, people don't care about dressing code. It doesn't matter whether you are smartly dressed or not, whether you are sharp or you're not sharp. That is your problem. With them, so long as they can eat, they can call it a day. They don't understand whether you have gone to school or not. That is rubbish. I remember Sakaja was elected in Nairobi on that ground. People were fighting that he has not gone to school, he has no degree. But the majority of the people residing in Nairobi, the voters, do not have degrees. So they say, okay, if you candidize someone who does not have a degree, position of governor, it means even us, if we arise to these positions, you will not elect us. So we want to show you that this person who did not go to school can be your leader. You people you are purporting to have gone to school. So the gist is always the people marking that he has not gone to school. So people are just say, okay, you are one of us. We are feeling you. Even as we have not gone to school. You are one of us. You are a villager. Even as we are living in the village here. You are one of us. You don't know how to dress. Even as you don't know how to dress. You are one of us when in Shamba. So Rigiji is taking the people away from Ruto, the common voter, electorates, whereas Kindiki is focusing on the leaders. You know, the people have a say. What about the people can decide to defend, to protect their votes, to vote for their leaders? You cannot do anything to them because you haven't heard him talking about the people shall, Article 1. And I've said that here. Let us just be realistic. Rigiji is a ruthless politician, unlike Kindiki. Kindiki is a soft-spoken person. People refer to him as someone who speaks like that voice. Maybe I don't know, it is alto or soprano. I don't know. So Kindiki should love the ruthless people in his camp because he's not ruthless. Let him do new signings. And yesterday I said that I propose for him to sign this lady, Ketu Waruguru. Ketu Waruguru is a no-nonsense woman when it comes to speaking. He can speak all sort of rubbish. So he needs to sign people like Ketu Waruguru in his camp. He needs to sign people like Moses Kura in his camp because the person is going to compete with this in Mount Kenya is a no-joke guy. Rigiji can do anything. Remember, he even did demonstration. He was accused that he hired youth to invade the Northland land for Uhuru Kenyatta. He hired youth to invade Raila's property. So this is a no-nonsense guy. He's a ruthless politician. That's counter him. You need to do his politics. You don't need to counter him with the different politics. So going forward, Kindiki need to sign new people in his team. And the first person he need to sign Kate Waruguru. I follow that woman very keenly, and I know he can speak anything. The way he used to attack this Laikipia MP, this Laikipia MP, Gujiri, someone Gujiri. That's how the politics of Mount Kenya is going to work. And when Ruto benefits at it that because Ruto want a divided Mount Kenya for him to have a soft landing when it comes to election, because a united Mount Kenya has proved that they can chase him out of State House. If Mount Kenya today are united and they want to chase him away, they can chase him away. So let them play their politics, but let them also try to identify their politics with the dynamics, with the contemporary world. Let them not do old politics. Let them not do dirty politics. Let them do clean politics, the politics of our time, politics of 21st century, politics which is being controlled by the rule of law, whereby the constitution is the reference, whereby the referee should be fair. And let us not use the criminal justice system to sort out our political differences. If you are privileged with the president or you are privileged with the CS for interior, stop this nonsense of using chiefs, administration, using police, using DCI, using unmarked people, using REC squad, to an extent of even using the military. So what is the business of military doing in the civilian? Deploying military to the people. And you know very well that a military cannot shoot a civilian. So a military will never shoot a civilian. And you are removing military from barracks, deploying to the people. Those are long gone politics. Let us be creative in our politics. Let us be innovative in our politics. Let us be a more of issue-based politics, whereby you sell your agenda to my people. If I don't buy your agenda, you don't need to kill me to buy your agenda. I don't need to buy your agenda. And let's take politics very easy. Let it not be a do or die thing. It's not life and death. There's life after politics. There's life even beyond politics. That's just an advice to our current leaders.
Thank you, Mr. Migud, for your contribution. But maybe just a simple one that I also wanted you to give your opinion on. With the rift, one led by Professor Kindiki and one the Deputy Gachagua, it is clear that one side will have to work with the opposition side. Working with the opposition would mean that either Gachagua would have to shift and work with Kalonzo Musyoka, or the side of Kindiki will shift to work with the Kalonzo Musyoka side. Between the two, which one do you really think thinks the same as the opposition? And maybe between the two, which one do you really think will convince the people based on the performance of this regime and the thinking and the view of the people on the ground.
The current two camps, all of them are newcomers. Kindiki has never been the deputy president. Rigiji, this is the first time he's the deputy president. So if they want to persuade people, and I don't know why you're asking me which one will go to opposition. Why there's no people who are designated for opposition. Opposition is not designated for a certain people. Even Ruto can go back to opposition. It will depend on who will win the elections. So I can see a possibility whereby Kalonzo can work with Rigiji. But in the circumstance that Rigiji can support Kalonzo for presidency, let Rigiji shelve his ambition for becoming president because he was designated to serve for 2 terms by the constitution as deputy president. Why can't he just sacrifice and finish his 2nd term with Kalonzo so that he back up Kalonzo? And maybe people can reconsider him. That's if they plan with Kalonzo. But him want to be president 2027 against Ruto, Kalonzo backing him, or Kalonzo can't back Rigiji, depending on the matrix on the board. It is Rigiji who should back Kalonzo. And when Rigiji back Kalonzo and Kindiki deputize Ruto, I can just tell you that Rigiji can give these people a run for their money in Mount Kenya. Because Rigiji will now go and identify himself with the people and he will go to seek that sympathy card. He will say that, you see, they have chased me in that government. The government which I formed it, they chased me out of it. This our brother Kanzo Musyoka. Let us die with him. I know the people of Mountain, the way they are so very aggressive when it comes to elections, and they take it serious. If they can give Kalonzo block, Ruto can go to opposition. And Kalonzo is sellable in Mount Kenya, unlike Raila. Raila is being viewed as someone who is mganga. So Kalonzo is a bit friendly with the people of Mount Kenya. In the circumstance that Rigiji supports Kalonzo, it can work very perfectly for them. So let him just shelve his ambition. Because we had a Kikuyu president, Kibaki was there for 2022, 2013. Uhuru came from 2013, 2022. So it is not urgent that the Kikuyu must become president 2027. They can wait. And it can also bring a very nice narrative that it was Kikuyu, Kalenjin. Kikuyu, Kalenjin. Now let us go to Kamba. So Kamba is not coming from Kalenjin or Kikuyu. So okay, now it's going to Kamba. So it can be very nice. So it is not urgent that another Kikuyu should be president in 2027. It is not urgent that Wanjigi must be president. Let them wait. They have been there for so long. Let them just give other people time. Let them relax. These other people have relaxed for so long. So Rigiji can just share his ambition of becoming president and focus on supporting someone. But politics is politics. You never know. Maybe Rigiji can support Raila if Raila failed to be the AUC chairperson because it is not guaranteed. Raila can betray Ruto. It works. Raila can say, okay, me, I just went there and I found that that government is stinking to the heights of heaven. Then it will be like, okay, we have trusted you. Oh, that's, yeah, me, I went there too. Just do investigation. This is the result. This guy is corrupt. Electorals will just switch. Well, it's just a matter of how you play your cards with the electorals, how you can navigate with them. So we don't know the formation of 2027 for now, but anything can work out. Ruto can betray Rigiji. He can support Kalonzo. These people, they just divide us for their own benefit, for their own interest. Provided their interest is served, they don't care which camp they are.
Okay, thank you. Maybe before we finish the show, I wanted to also get your take on all this that we've talked about. Of course, the bigger uh, the bigger thing that we are looking into is has the president really performed, and what are the challenges that he has faced as a president? What is it that is causing this difference that you are seeing between the president and the deputy? So we need to actually uh, have a look at maybe what have caused this. Briefly, you can let us know what you think is the cause of this big difference that we're seeing between the DP and the president, because as a country, we need to really understand what is going on, and also to understand the negativity of what this is causing us as a country. Because as a people, all we want is service. As a people, all we need from the leaders that we have is a good management, a good leadership. But the moment the two, I know we've spoken about this. This is actually not the first time I'm asking you this, but just your view, because currently Kenya is going through a lot. We used to be one of the best performing country in the world. I mean, in the continent of Africa, but of late, especially after the COVID, we needed a leader who would transform, a leader would turn around things. But we've gotten into a point where the president and the deputy, they're taking too much time fighting. The allies are spending too much time every day, every weekend. What we are seeing, instead of them actually giving solutions to the problem we have as a country, we are seeing them sending jabs to each other. We're seeing them criticizing each other. They are in the same government. The president has his, the president and the deputy. They're in the same government, they sit in the same cabinet, they give instructions while they're together. But when they come out, they keep confusing the people. And this is actually causing a lot of confusion among the people of Kenya. What should we maybe expect as a people? Just give us your opinion on that, and then maybe we'll close the show.
It's high time you believe that these leaders don't care about you. These leaders don't care about the electorates. These leaders are very busy about looking about their interest. If you have a privilege to interact with them, if you have a privilege to meet them in the restaurant, hotels, in pub, in private places, in their homes, they don't even think about electorates. They're just thinking about deals. They're talking about which contract, who has signed which contract, who is going to build this school, this hospital, so on and so. Those are the things they're discussing. They don't care about who voted for them. They don't care about you as an electorate. So it's high time you believe that. I think the difference between Rigiji and William Ruto is very simple. These people, their interests has not converged. Their interests has diverged because they had one common goal that they were going to make money once they become our leaders. But now Ruto is taking, Rigiji is taking, so who is taking more than the other, you see? So Rigiji also want to, ask yourself, why does he want to be president? Because he want to own that thing absolutely. People want that power, you want absolute power. Because once you have that absolute power, you can take as much as you want. So by the time you are under someone, you are limited. There are things you cannot do. There are deals that cannot go through. So these people are just interested about how do they capture power. So the difference between the two is just power. That's why you have seen them in boardroom. They are friends, but when they have in different podiums, they're attacking each other. Not that's why I told that there's no permanent friendship or enemy, but permanent interest. If they can have permanent interest in power, they will stick. But if they have the difference interest in power, they will part ways. Because if you part ways, you are creating your own space on how you can capture that power. You can either remain in a position, like the case of Raila. Raila's been in a position for the longest time. And Raila's been cunning because Raila knew that opposition, there's no term limit in opposition. So long as you're in opposition, Kibaki went, is in opposition. Uhuru went, is in opposition. Ruto is now, he was in opposition with Ruto. So you see, Uhuru cannot come back to be the president. So you can even create your space to go in opposition, but in opposition, there are some deals, there are some of your interests which can sail through. Purely politics in Kenya is about power and interest. It's not a people-based politics. It's not an issue-based politics. It's not a politics of service delivery. That's why these leaders are just like, what are you asking us? You're asking about roads, you're asking about electricity, about good hospitals, about schools. Yet with them, they know that that is not what they are doing in those offices. They're busy making deals and serving their own interests. That's why they're like, are these citizens insane? Why are they protesting? Go back. Don't demonstrate. That's why they're abducting you. They're killing you. They're arresting you because they are like, you don't know what you are doing. With them, they're busy making their own interests. They're busy making their own money. So the rift is very obvious in politics. If you're in politics, you don't need to worry about it. Maybe according to you, might be worried like maybe at what's wrong, but Rigiji is very normal. Raila is very normal in opposition there. With them, they just want to serve their interest. That's why I have told our people, all the electorates, do not trust these politicians. Don't trust them. Trust them at your own peril. Or if you believe them, just believe them at your own peril, but never trust them. We should have leaders who are servant to the people. We should have leaders who understand the role of leadership, who knows the problems of the people, who knows what people undergo in those homes, in those estates, in those cities, in those towns. We should have a leader who is in touch with the reality on the ground, who is in touch with the people. We should not have leaders who don't know even what's going on in their constituencies. That's why we urge our president kindly dissolve this parliament. And also this applies to the electorates. Don't allow yourself to be bought during elections that someone is coming to your constituency, giving you one case. After giving you one case, then you are voting for him. So one case, for how long can that one case sustain you? We should stop that politics of someone coming with money. We should stop that politics of money. Let us identify a leader. We look at the character, look at the integrity of the person, look at the history of the person, we look at him whole. Then after that one, we can end up with good leaders. But these petty things like tribes, party, kingpin, regional leaders, those are rubbish. Let us shift our thinking as this country for us to have a posterity nation.
Thank you, Mr. Meguda, for accepting to come to the show. It was nice hearing your opinion and your analysis. We don't take it for granted. Thanks for coming. Before we end the show, allow me to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the comment section, Gibson Corner, Brother Ben, Linda Kanini, Silas Odhiambo, and Judith Karitha. Thank you so much. Kenyan News, Kisumu Newsline TV, and everyone who joined the show. We are very much grateful. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your continuous support. If you're new here, this is the Benson Media. Here we say your voice counts, your opinion matters as well. Kindly like and subscribe if not subscribed. You can also invite your friends and anyone else who is besides anyone else who has not been subscribed. We will really appreciate. Mr. Meguda, your last remarks before we close the show.
My final thought. We are very grateful for the people who have turned out to be with us This how the time depends on the where you are. And also we are it is always pleasure to be here, Makubura, to our viewers, to our fans, to our friends, to our enemies, if there is any. Kindly subscribe, share. Sometimes you do comments, and I'm also grateful for the engagements in the comment sections. Give us thumbs up. For those people who dislike the video, thumbs down. Anything can do. Bye bye. See you next time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to everyone who is watching. We are grateful. Thank you so much. We don't take it for granted. Allow me now to wish you a blessed night to those who are within and those who are somewhere else. Have a blessed morning, have a blessed day, have a blessed evening. Until tomorrow, thank you and bye bye.